Abusia, this video is going to be an update on Bra KOFI. Kofi Adumanwenweni aye shootu no Dormaa during Bra KOFI festival. Jesus. This is going to be a very detailed video into everything that happened. Plus, me try addressing some of the stuff for Ecosu online. Plus, we also talk about other people like Musu Pre what the exact same festival as here. Dormaa hinene mpani for anye no so hwe. And all the dubious tactics omu use to this way and now confuse you amount for. Yan shase. Let's start with this. A man for Shiamu Bisam send a Bra KOFI what to say. Very simple question, very simple answer. But you see, the answer is always not that simple. It's always a little difficult to answer because we are not just talking about Nipa and the physical well-being. 3 things, in my opinion, are involved. 1, because he is shooting when Nino. And Nino is trying to focus, defocus, try and see things. Bra, so many things equals at the back of the eye because of the particles from a tudrona a run and no. A basa a nino is working more than it should. In a basa beons are more pressure up by nino so. And that leads to severe headaches. He can't even sleep at night. And so many things. Second, still a tudro particles ne run and so. Still na be the so. Even though say now, about 4 different major eye surgeries when a nino me so. Ewa the #1 eye hospital in the world. Branch to Dubai. We will get to the cost of that later. And third, in my opinion, the trauma that comes with it. What he is thinking about every second of each day, especially after how Dormaa and Penny for reacted to this situation. And now more reacted to this situation. Trying to be there as a father, as a husband, as a son. All these things, it comes together. A month for a brain, they do video, they attack, they insult, they don't think about some of all these things. The psychological effect. Even if this will be a film before, and then there is a gunshot from that movie, or not here. You see, you relive that whole trauma over and over again. So if you ask me, Sana Bra KOFI what to say, I can't really answer. No one can, except him alone. And I believe if you ask him, I was the only answer bet him the more. One word with 1,000 meanings. For a man for a where the first time one more test story we seen, saying it here. On 19th December 2024, Bra KOFI in the team from Angel FM, Angel TV, plus KOFI TV, and I mean Margaret TV. And ye kind who boom say ye called Dormaa him crew, aqua cover, or KOFI festival, or me 5 years beyond. Plus, this year, and I know ye Dormaa him didn't see a kunyasono 25 years. So it was going to be something beer. It will be good and best. Said the biggest content creators and journalists from Bono also will represent. Send a be showcase here to a full we are seeing now. So on 19th December, near drive 10+ hours from Accra to Dormaa. You go kodru na dia sani arrest ya dia chin the very next day, 20th December. Na Bra KOFI goes to Angel on morning show e wo Dormaa him fie anymore. During the time on morning show ne course no send a down no so moko outsider. Oni mpanifo bi mu didi nkomo. At that time no ani Dormaa sana ahene e na na edi nkomo. Out of nowhere ne say don bi ye dede e wo akiri ho. And then otwa na ni no na ye Dormaa omaba. And then you're sorry so kwa kuhwe ne yekoso because they didn't know mo ye na interview with the interview na no mo have no. Nti okwa dom num no and then you dey mic kofa sound abra na ne guys na video no mo telecasting live e wo Angel TV. Nti oye ne obeye kakra ho ne wie no and then you kokope ba bi choke kakra kotena ase so ho me kakra. And then obi be ka kire ne se ne be koso sa no pa no wo sa himfie ho no. E be ka pin wo himfie ni inside. Nti e be best so on be don be try position on who inside. And then the boys no started so much to do cameras na say for mo park ako inside ho. Boys ni ko inside no anche end up don foforo ba ya omo se adonten hen na aba. No na eba be so aduan eja. Na cameras omo de adwuma ni nyina ko inside. Nti e ho ene man ni yi ne small camera. DJI Osmo Pocket 3 na or started his old video no. At that time na panin ba akumba Bra Kofi wa na o chire nearby be happen. E won onya nkyeremu say ade adontenhene na ba anopa na oba beye amamre kro na oba beye no ba bia Bra Kofi gina at that time no na ontime nkova ohu kura na watimi atwa e na omo kire ne ba bia ono no nkonko gina we nyina akwoso we nipa na otutuo no nanim e na ne Bra Kofi fa nipa na okura tuo no nachi ekoko gina ba bia yesi onyina no Bra Kofi ko gina ba bia yesi onyina no any 1 second onya gina ho na e na guy na okura tuo no shoot no e wo nanim. Jesus. So when you to boase steady footage ni ya, 20 ni a guy no was standing there like this. Bra Kofi be gina position na yesi onko gina no. E ho na guy ni move to the back. Go and study the footage. If the guy ni to na no kura gina Hussein no, sa no to na nka Bra Kofi ni nkura nka. Guy had to put the gun back like this and sana wo shoot. The footage is there. At the time of this serious incident, no, Nameti are in fear anymore. Long travel, sitting for that long, I don't know what happened, but now local Mrs. I couldn't even walk. Near me, who yan said Bra Kofi Dimrikaba, ya shooting on any, or pensuo. Or drew one anna, camera, Kurano plus, I think, sending handkerchief and a BB cell phone, or they share me some. Within a few seconds, none of him bleed, starting from the moment, basing a con, any pensuo started here, they were holding him. Me, I will hold him, no, Namoja neighbor. Drew baby no na ye hwese ni city na ye se ne ko hospital right away ene ye ni fra himfie ho call Dormaa omo Presby hospital ho ye ko na Bra Kofi tesa na hene kam ena me ni so wan so ti different kam ene ye ko Drew hospital ho no a doctor fo ne nurses ho they did what they could at that time with the limited resources omo wo ye ko ye no omo hohoro nani so na fe de omo yi particles ni bi na ye test se nani no eye hu ade correctly anaze bi atesa omo from eye specialist man by Dr. Fori and then oba no ba be hwe the situation ni no ma ye koso and then at some point ono kura no te panie ene yi particles ni bi from Bra Kofi ani so ho na doctor ni bi say how that whole incident happen here because knowing how it happened you know ene betimi aboa amana how ane no ma eso ye next and I'm a friend me guy na me ne call in Steven because no ane Bra Kofi na na the same area no mu nyina shoot video at the time and no no kire what happened and I feel them chirem sa chire doctor no doctor for the time or buy you know how would describe the state of Bra Kofi ani no it was scary. He was not mincing words and he was not softening any blows and any penny or multiple layers. First layer na dey ekwa ebetimi asia ba eno na tuduro na wuram atete no second layer na so asia penetrate eno no so atete ama bia wuram nti na ene ni sei no chese akwa kogu konia ne so eyese yehwe anye saa chese how na doctor na kasa no na ehu ankasa and he was saying all these things in the presence of Bra Kofi. It's not like Bra Kofi ni room wa na se bi etesa ti wona Bra Kofi ka say hey doc won sem a wo kan die mu oduru and na doctor ne say ya so ka no kore kire no oye doctor onye pastor uti ase nti ye kirem kire doctor no mani hu how ade ne sika pen no na say e be best say be transfer you from Dormaa to either Kumasi and Accra but before so betimi make that transfer and say referral and say whatever no e say at least ye tim kokotwa B scan your friend bright scan no mo hwe the state of the eye baby a particles na awura dru ene ye kika ho your offer around no na hospital be anywhere close by no betimi esa B scan ni bi e no offer brekum only family hospital e no mo so betimi CT scan e na doctor ne senior ka B scan ne be reveal no CT scan no so betimi reveal the exact same thing ndi yen ko brekum kokotwa sa scan no mra at that time no na ye di hospital ho be 3 hours ye hohoro nani so na ye pepa na ye de aduru egu nani so just a back and forth ko office we saying from her to her and even at that time we didn't even know the severity of the whole situation and trust me when I say it was way worse. We just didn't know it at the time. That time no na Bra Kofi yere na bana truba na enya mo na mane because we were contemplating on when to call her and tell her say ni na asi because again na enya hu how serious are eye o friend na aka say na say ni na asi a na so bisa question bi na say we need answer to the question na we bisa na it's like o friend here then and also we didn't want to call her na say later you find out say oh e sheda nya de bia na you put you kind of in an agitated state for no reason at the time. Bra Kofi's focus was say idea we say now happen it's like kind of inconvenient Ntino so omo ye ne omo ye o hospital ho wi a na ne wase akọ back to ahimfie ho akọ cover the festival because how and our plan is supposed to go all out for Dormaa and then project how KOFI festival plus the 25 years anniversary next year no. God only knows. At that same time, Sana Hene no di and him di hospital no. The concern was say we do Australia remember him post no online. Na sa manfo hu tene akoswa. One shall no ma draw comparison between Dormaa. You can finish that statement. But to Sana Hene's credit, on the drive Bra KOFI to the hospital, or bar hospital or not tena for over an hour. And Sana or more be about replacing because that day no Jumadi or festival no. And that alone now or or drive on the bar hospital tena for 1 hour no. Was and still is more than your Dormaa Hene Ankasa aye for Bra KOFI up to this point. Ndi enam kwanzu ko brekum akwakotwa CT scan no. Still nana Bra KOFI 3 months no. Say up to that point no ye nyank mo ne yramane. Meni so wade kra de se wo de enko ne enkotwa scan no na ye famra. Ye bana doctor ne ka se ni sinya. Oh friend na you have every detail na baby se bia and you can answer. Bra KOFI friend na o kire nse na say ni na happen before so obeka na nsem ne kura wi no. Now no na o wa kra one ma festival ni bi no. Ono na kire exactly what happened. Che say it was Adebia Fede, yeah, I walked Nunya Fede. Yeah, to shock because she wasn't there, she was giving us details, and she said the nature of info I know what at the time, it was mind blowing. To the point, they said no man happened to Bra KOFI and then the eye situation, not doctor. And I'm who said, no, there are some people who be a if they say so more idea against you, better believe it. Time of Abe in the first video, because of video, people were doubting her. And then she showed the video. She said, oh, I've seen some footages of a mouth who I had two in the book. Charlie. And you know the crazy thing, even that time, now, no, the concern, they say, I did not happen. You keep on the down low. Mammy and Yadia Bia. Afe no Baba said the negative story no Baba be cover a dear or more year Dormaa, which is the festival of Dormaa in 25 years no because of the relationship or no work with Dormaa Hene any Bra KOFI or any Bra KOFI or more with Dormaa Hene. You see nana bine truba we Hene why a fashion pen onim se bibia betimi asi and then if se bibisia sometimes it's not within your control but what you do afterwards no Abusia is very important. Ntiombe na Dormaa Hene proper time to do the festival no and then on any penny for whatever they need to do no Abusia maye send a beya afterwards no na fedie. How umbe solve the situation at hand no Abusia omahu how we besi akwafa. And guess what Dormaa Hene did? Absolutely nothing. Nothing, not even a phone call. Ntiya returning from Brekum to Dormaa no and a Bra KOFI said during the time na you shoot no. Na or record video at the time. So it may be say, the camera na capture time when you shoot no. And na video yi camera no. And I will go through the footages na ne walk camera so no. Nti o hwe na no hu footage no. And na video de kire. So that time na me kura no. Me hu exactly how it happened. And abusia no one in his or her right sense no and na mind no. And e be hu footage o beka say okay Dabi. Ade we de enye hu bia. Because clearly you can see say you shoot to obi won anim. And that is no joke. Jesus. The sign free brekum bedru Dormaa na the CT scan or come out Dr. Fori. So my interpretation or na akwa hu school nim how be si achechire machire. But ene kura na CT scan e so mo sam report to be kan on nipa na ono ye ene ni onu hu ye nyina. Ene na doctor ni be gina so ye kan nipa na no be masa report no kura na oni hospital o brekum. Ndine ya sije bi ensa be cancer report na gise Monday. Ti ekwe na CT scan no kokoma Dr. Fori eno chirechim ti sen na na wo kana basically sa na tie sa no hu no. Ba wo de yenka yakoma ntu ye bibia be fine. Ti ho na Bra KOFI video ni kire ne se video of how ade ni sika pinje ni. Nti e ho no si and after the camera and the no say camera no ekura na Bra KOFI no de record no ne glass ne kura ye ni lens no ni nyina shata papai e ho no na Dr. Fori na nkasa kura te shock because camera and lens no glass hard glass no mo de ye na say ne kura na ade na timi papai ni sin na ne imagine ni pani a soft and sensitive nti ne suggestion for us ne say e be best so be refer you to either Kumasi ana Accra And then he did that. Do a hospital on and a Dr. Forino or ma Bra KOFI glasses or beshes and be protecting it from foot debris in my kind. The only problem with that glass on here say it was transparent. At that time, Bra KOFI ni na ye call. And a Bra KOFI actually doctor and say, "Eh, be obesia ko back akwa cover the festival no." And even in that state na ni na ye call no, Bra KOFI still was insisting so betimi asia ko back akwa ye adwuma. What you say? Due to be best, come more different shade of a black glasses. Send a be a nipple because you go. What you say? Or much or hospital, not doctor and says, dark shades in Bini Honum. And a guy no be replace it, Dormaa and I no. See when you can't say, baby, I turn those glasses in be. And no make you phone calls. And I must be and I need a drive to that place. Kokwaje our glasses. The right after that place near Kwaje dark shades, and I me Bra KOFI and a sewer, Nane Trubane driver. Abusia ye drive back to him fie ho say Bra KOFI okwa akwa say oduru na say possible na ne what the coverage of the festival and so ye go duru ho no Bra KOFI antim kransi Africa mo tena kam for about 30 minutes and of fresh so I say so am fa ne ko ba bia na ye lodge no so okwa rest na say e bia de chen na sa hoden ho nko ade a na ne wa cover the grand derba no what you say nti time wo frɛ him fie ko duru ba bia na ye da no e no hu say e bia de be chen na sa ye wesa a bit me a hard drain on peso be disappointed Dormaa hene. Into the best thing they say so fro be money be replacing in case say when Timmy and cover and or the frama Bra KOFI. About 2 hours after that, now fe the idea bia started look blurry man. Just say, oh, who idea bia sa blare. Now fe the nam say a nino air try I no more be at the same time, Tino. A buzana fe the starting money idea. We tell them so second and near be say, Nenino Chasayashi. Every 30 minutes, Viano, and see a dear Drobea me and San Gunenino so. And you can see that it was Charlie. Few hours later, and Linda, Lady no equosino so Dormaa. Mesha Demini nest, and afraid dear Metasi a bopun, me be a cohere ya. Lady no plus guy na, ye odi any my cocoa cities can be replaced Dormaa and Heno. Plus one other guy, or my bass said Dormaa hene. After all the activities that was that day, no, what brand no son called no but 20 miama. Nti we two sound of one mienu plus Linda no. So mumbra meshe how video ni sitie because at the time no read no more friend if you order that. So I didn't happen, there is a video footage of it. Now and yet that serious. My guess is going to be either Dr. Fori and that guy now will be replaced and later now we find it out say that third person now no come hono. No, ye Dormaa hene ne driver. In my mind, assembly see what Dormaa hene ne him fie num. Technically ni fie. The whole Dormaa kuro ni nyina hye nsa. Nti say that day no so wabre na so no na tu nipa we so mra mehwe ne happen ye dia. Na ne me fa video ni nchro mo because if that day we no obi be so avo anase obi be ya hu bibia e ye Dormaa hene na ankasa. E na ne me di video ni chro mo. And come to think of it, I don't think that Dormaa hene na small. They just came because they've seen the video and they wanted to see how it happened. About 2 hours later, after they left, after the Bra KOFI couldn't even see from both eyes. The headache now for their started a costro. Around 2 to 3 a.m. Nanitino or say a boom to sing. The pain was unbearable. Until around 5 p.m. So Nana driver or rush Bra KOFI to Sunyani Airport, send a bay on early morning flight to Accra, na ebia kolebune so mokwa no makwa what is going on. Abra okwa airport that morning wan kase ne abanti ye nyina ye nkọ back to Accra o dabi. He insisted say ye nka akire na ye nya adwuma no se ne ebe ya ebe hye Dormaa hene ni munyam. Nti that Saturday grand derba no Angel was there. Bra KOFI ne boys ni nyina no mo wo ho. Me Magreb na meeting ye so na ye wo ho. We stayed back to make sure say even time Bra KOFI knew one, at least it was still, at least we will try our best. Even at that critical time, or go through pain unbearable, he was still thinking about the festival and Dormaa hene. It's just sad so be I'll go all out. Send a bay or bay dear, amana ye fe na shed Dormaa hene ni munyam. At the time when Nipa no who he hear half of that ketes in the crown couldn't be extended to him. Charlie. Fast forward the kakra. After the festival, one would think, say, okay, right now, no festival, not been a year. Dormaa hene penny for whatever they need to do, on my year. So definitely, right now, I same case, see, or him fear any dear. Definitely, baby, be for home. Days go by. Weeks go by, still nothing. 1 full month later, and a Bra KOFI Nanabne Truba ye video now watch exactly what has happened.
Etrun wacha or the tone not true ni day. See obo etrun the boy mikun name. He was shot in the face.
If say ya ba ukun wunia and now a downfall and you're shooting when a name say nka betwa bosome ansa na if so be kan bibi kura waka. Knowing perfectly well say asema ye kan right now no e nipa ni wasem na ye ka. One of the eye specialist doctors abusion ba behwe Bra KOFI wo fie no. Baako de aduro bi buy I think say blue in color say ye di gu wani so a ade bi o wani so no o machine bi obetim de hu say okay we wa. And then after so this aduro no gu Bra KOFI ani so o de ad ni machine no hwe ye ohun ye no. The only thing o kan ya say no ade we na nye so mo twen. Eye so mo de Bra KOFI ko a dedicated eye hospital a more specialized equipment sir. The whole country of Ghana koraye nibi. Se na be yom betim di ahwe ani no akọ ani nachi akwakoye all the necessary surgeries and tests na eka ho nyina to properly determine say if se betimi affect the situation at hand no and then ho sense nyina. And that same doctor no suggested the #1 eye hospital in the world either say be ko UK there and say Dubai there based on the currency dirham any pounds no pounds was ro ntino me sa dia na yen ko Dubai hono mo de ne dirhams ntine bia bo no be fam kakra. And am we arrangements the Bra KOFI ko Dubai. The first visit alone no mu go through consultation finding out what happened, how it happened, what has been done. And then passing it through all the machines upon machines or more tests upon tests to make sure say at least if they can fix him and now say they be. And then later did the first surgery. That first trip alone cost $2 bebre. That eye hospital no Dubai Healthcare City. That whole area ni nyina hospitals and kwan egu ho. Must specialize in just one thing. It be a leg, spine, nose, eye, ears. Just a specialist in that sector. So that area no say wo kwa it's not cheap. Hotels are be lodge what that area is not cheap. And no I think so 3 or 4 days and I'm returning. About a week later and I'm say call back. And no mo kono omo nam 3. Omo ye 3 major eye surgeries on both eyes. That second visit no cost an unimaginable amount of dollars. Just a bebre. That second trip omo di Dubai, I think about 10 days or so. Dubai mpo omo buono is supposed to be cheaper no and lesser no. Abusuan mpo nie. The emergencies and komo ko UK de ne dia kajinyame. Their third visit next month. 4 visits 3 months after that, and then the 5th visit 6 months after that. Every trip, every visitation be an abusuan. It costs serious amount of money. All the nitty-gritty details I'm sure say either Bra KOFI na nkasa and na the wife na Nabne Truba. In due time, probably we'll talk about it. When you na kwaso, what the families are going through emotionally, psychologically, abusuan, you have no idea. And the people that are supposed to act, do something at the bare minimum, a phone call keke they couldn't do that. They've done absolutely nothing. And on top of all that, you are a man for they are still insulting Bra KOFI in Nigeria for the fact that same see or maka who just say, are you kidding me? We are sure say you wouldn't papa. Selenda ne befra asema na Nabne Truba be kanche ne say bion kanche Dormaa hin no. Onko kanche ne sa obekwa akoma Dormaa hin the soft version of asema na kanche ne so onko kana. So at the end of the day even though say Dormaa hin may know exactly what is happening but maybe not the severity of the whole situation because a man for else woman the right information they are just beating around the bush with him but anya shade to some extent bia na Nabne Truba video babontin me babe talk about some of the details of the matter and on top of that video of how it happen you hit it online one would think so where there's a Dormaa who has if it is right now the evidence or everything is clear. Charlie, it is like until one day me and me home friend Linda bisa and say like adia happen dear na Dormaa hin ni mpani mfu ya fa ho say it's like asema Linda kan say oh ade we dear Dormaa hin ni mpani mfu gu so omugu ahomboa so na it's not like say asem ke siesin yesi na Dormaa hene twi na ni saa ontimi nya saa and I'm say okay sa ahoboa no mugu so a eni omunye ne ntem because how wade na che na omunye ntu anamon bia no ebufu yaba because sa asem say yesi no bia ma the benefit of the doubt amount time to react na se ni nyina no afa nipa ne say like onim nyansa chese ni oye ni nyina nkusi aga type of thing in a way no you are insulting the person. What I say? The last time I'm in Lenda Kasaye was 9th January 2025. Besine, nothing has been done by Dormaa. About 2 weeks after the shooting incident, na festival na end no. Na obi anywhere officially no wa frɛ Bra KOFI kura say, bia nana Dormaa ene etu yen say, ye mra mehwe Bra KOFI in the situation. How things were going, it was unthinkable. And then I think say Lenda no arrange with omo committee chairman and no wa kra or say chairman ne ba kan say Bra KOFI mu asem kan no o wa kra hwe ne ho yade e na asem sin abanti na yeso no de nani behwe according to ono ananum asem no enye Dormaa hene ne soma no so omra ho time omo committee chairman plus amafo ode omo kan omo ho baaye no Bra KOFI ankasa fie no omo baaye Bra KOFI ne ba no na esa amafo kurekura ni mu because he couldn't even work on his own. Charlie. Committee chairman na numa sem say ono na aba ne ba enye Dormaa hene na asoma no. Oba okura ne nsem shinapu baako 200 Ghana cedis mako 5 which is 1000 Ghana cedis. That is personal from ono ankasa. There is a video of this whole conversation between Anabne Truba, Bra KOFI committee chairman and the boys on your mobile. And the committee chairman no asi ni ono buy or di nani aba be hu no. Obekwa akoka kire Dormaa hene because it looks like say asa ade na happen ye no ne ha wo mo mate afa no nya sa akora ne tie nti okwa obekwa akobo na na amane on I think 10th to 15th January mu ho baabi ena Dormaa hene jire frɛ Bra KOFI yere say still na no omugu ahoboa so na Dormaa hene is not like say wotwi nani anase wi etisa na Dormaa hene wotu kwan after festival no na wabre nti na yeso okokɔ dwojo ne ho kakra e wo baabi nti asie wom sa conversation no na meti hobi Bra KOFI yere ma Dormaa hene jire ya aware say this conversation no nipa asumasi na wa ha phone call no at the loudspeaker and it's also being recorded during that time no mo committee chairman na e ba Bra KOFI wa ba be hwe no na sadly no ono no wa film wa kan chinegu nti na Dormaa hene ne jire on that phone call no or say enam say Dormaa hene nya available nti no so ono no or rush back kra no be make arrangements for nipa na wa film no ho ena na abne trubaka say oh yeah nipa na wa film ne de ya ne nabusuafo go through no it's unbearable but it looks like say Ghana that is the only thing a bit me get attention if says obi enwu from something abusia no one actually cares na senka Bra KOFI wu ya ka Dormaa hene ne mpanimfo the convoy aba ho dadada na Dormaa hene yere me sure so ba Accra to make those arrangements no Bra KOFI so wa Accra she couldn't even pass by to see say sign a Bra KOFI crazy situation no esitie no now let's talk about Angel FM for a second there be am can say asem we happen here no e senka ye between Angel for and I can say Dormaa hene mpanimfo say na be on be resolve what dey we peacefully and amicably but so what follow Angel for kakra you know so munye serious as a company when it comes to taking proper care of omonko during the time omuhiamwa the first time I attack Bra KOFI aye this can twitwa na nka ye penekuno not even a press statement Angel for current me post to be about the whole matter ama brako amanfo ko Angel I think say asembia no ketachi free faka so omukọ akọpe no akọ dey ne top so omukọ bunu say whatever omukọ no omukọ tuhia ama brako wo ho attack omde ko lady ne so ade day no abusia na nya de ketwa. After that whole incident, the next day, not even a phone call to check up on the lady until very late to cry. Bra KOFI shooting incident should have been number 1 on their to-do list because or call in their name to work for them. But it didn't happen like that. That almost see you, Mr. Vincent, whom Bra KOFI no osunye. After a whole, and no more on the boss, which is Dr. Kweku Oten, the owner of the Angel brand, abusia ba fie babehwe Bra KOFI. Man ni beduru ye abusia ono no kra ye basa chain obia come and see sikani e wadwa ne ho a wosu abusia na nye easy because when him say ni ho asem na yeka, the inconvenience of it, sika ebekom ansa na obetimi agete o site ne back kra na wa get ne back enya de ketwa. Ba papa no yade that day oba ho no o che ofie o ankasa okwo o sign the sika kra sign support ye, and then every single day bia no man na reach out bisa how Bra KOFI ho sitie. Nti o scientist still na domafo nyanya hwe no e na o si okay ono ankasa o personal relationship with Dormaa hima. Nti no be frɛ Dormaa hima na wa arrange meeting na mo ahwɛ how best ya on betimi go about things. E na o frɛ Dormaa hima no ne kasa ye. Dormaa hima say on Dormaa hene be kasa, and then you know they will see what they can do. From then no Dormaa hima mpeke Dr. Kwaku Otin course bi. If say course called Dormaa, now it's about Bra KOFI situation now. You won't get any response from them being. And as so be super respond to what? Now about be a tossing game which leads to nothing. Lenda, Dormaa sana hene, nana suma hene, Dormaa hene yiri, and a Dormaa hene na ankasa. Nana suma hene dear. Na winning Bra KOFI, and sakura wo ba be hene. We're using a platform the abua will pay. What you say? Project are now we at the time when it comes to say okay, credit you know, say whatever. Or make it to do new one even way personal level. As same we see on a floor catch was nana. In this encadi we can see what Dormaa and can see what be a what say you know kabe who bibi. Or friend or catch and say nana mani fra. Was a coffee man kasasa. Umbe hwe no mbe ya afa ho. Be see ne. One friend. And then we sumahin okra oka ho ene ma Bra KOFI be cover this festival la we nyina kokosi. So if not anything krana at least at the bare minimum no make sure say be a proper conversation be and there is a proper connection between Dormaa and then Bra KOFI ni nebusuafo. But no. Charlie. Now share video e bia beka say be a Bra KOFI ye bibi enu nti a Dormaa for treating it like that. But I promise you that is not the case. So let's talk about other incidents happen with the exact same festival. KOFI festival last year. Time committee chairman na we free no oba Bra KOFI ni Nigeria fie no. Asem o kan ba ko ne say afi we die mo amutututu no o ma ha o mo pa. Na saa no mututu de tete guy ba ko nso nsa during that same festival. Eno na na mombe no mutufa ho. Nothing. Another one, Dormaa T Junction ne ko abamprade ase omo palace hono. There was an accident to be happening on the 19th of December. That day was Thursday. That same day na ye ko through Dormaa enyumre no. Sa accident no 3 guys are now mabakromo to cover the festival and project KOFI festival Dormaa hene ne keka ho nyina. They had to go and get a tent. Send ye be ya omo betimi abo omo tent a ombe wase no mo ye adwuma ye so omo ye. Because so omo bae no no tent was allocated for anybody. No media house tent was even allocated at the depot na meme wo ho ni bi. So drew baby no na ahemfofo bi no in China na media house for ni nyina akwa. Nti nipa na omukwa rent tent ne won ho no. Nipa na obetu kwan from Dormaa to I think Accra was saying. Nti na ese sa nwumre no omukwa je sa tent no. Omukwa akwa je tent no e na sa accident we see. We hear the pictures and videos of this incident na abusia it's crazy. Ka enimu nyina mo atete style bia bi nipa miensa na na e wo sa ka num ba ko mema mienu ba no yese ne hwe ebugum nti na yeso mo transfer no from Dormaa to Brekum. 2 guys aka ba ko de yese opra kakra bi on de na nyeden, but the third guy oka ho your friend is set this guy right here abusia guy no the frontal collision incident nti no chese e wo so guy to the level say for about 2 weeks na guy ni ntimi ntena ase morning to evening or da honko a ntimi sore ntena ne to so Charlie. And it's not like say mpanimfo e wo Dormaa hu ana o mante. They knew everything, they saw everything, footages were sent to them. Nothing was done. Nothing.
I said the on the 19th of December. Yeah, meka nyina condemn abrantie minibi ena adwuma so amebo anase akoniaba ye start ye mfa 4 years 3 years ni akoniaba di ena obedunfo bi hu memobo obia mi bia nim ka ni yisu makonya accident amaka no I condemn it see Dormaa police station CCA. Asem to me, you say asem to wa ne hu wadofo ene watamfo. Ba be ka de bepe. Asem siye na binni ho. Bezo enso betimi for me ba be stories e ka che mpanyimfo bi. But I don't want to go there. But the main factor is now nyame aboa do maintenance as I wanted. But still I'm say I'm in the healing process.
So you know that this is not some kind of an isolated something. It's their emu. How we operating no. Asem ni sia yen kan ho hwe. Yenya ho asem kan. Ebekọ akoda. Some of these people kura no nia manfo bi mu a ebetimi akon asem amom. So what happens? Peska kosa ho yade or you are dead. Accident bi anywhere back happen na. Who abroaching accident happen? The fact is accident happen ama you machine no ambulance will come. Charlie, but Ghana nka bibi senyesi ka reach out ka say oh bia enam some ba festival we bi ninti no. Wo dem nyiska we say infante mo kasubi. Nothing like that. All three incidents amaka nwasem nyina no. Nothing, they fail to act.
Them concern and caring they are very important. Every institution, maybe it will be a caring and concern. I did here pass and nipa and here.
This attack on Bra KOFI feels like a spiritual and physical attack. Man for Masha da kwa planning to make it happen. Because during how asem we see now we be both fear Kurana asem si why you are somehow the responsible, even though say be a new Ukraina who cause the whole thing now. Based on normal transpire up to this point now, I have a feeling say, hey, that shot was supposed to kill Bra KOFI. He wasn't supposed to come out of that. And since that failed, everyone in the position of power to do anything about it, omo person omo disassociate you from that incident. Send beya whatever they did, and sign more so. That is the only logical explanation left. So we beat see, not even a phone call. Obibaka say, oh, to draw the same kum, where a be a mistake from so aba, and answer one shudder. You see, what the same festival as Seno, attitude being sa. Unim the story of Kumasi Buokrum Buddha. You understand, say? Yes, no, what did to a dura, I want to a grand cano. Then ye dikuno, a to draw, and I near them more grain of rice. Ye did be afraid to draw no, and I know offer, dikuno. So if you say so to draw kuna, a kuan kasa. And if that same bit sensi, now can one sem say in favor Dormaa penny for guess what they'll do? They will start calling their bloggers and TikTokers and give them some half-baked information. Now for your modern net and so no muji the day for without actually assessing the facts and putting themselves in the shoes of the afflicted. And the crazy thing is, most people that will be doing the insults, not any other tribe. Some people cry feeling like more bununi than obi oye bununi bia. With this incident and other various incidents are happening in regards to obi oye bununi no. Emma who said when it comes to abonofo, they will go all out for obi oye hoho. No obi oye onwani yoku bununi de. Omoni ne bed de tan. But say ye hoho obetim kura to ni fie de fie na chew fa. But onwani yoku bununi. Me personally me free chira sha Dormaa ase chira nsa ase nyina Dormaa hene nsem ne wo what you say so technically no Dormaa hene me hene me de ani die bie wo wi ase be mana na Dormaa hene anya hwe kura de wo ye panyin che me hye na se but if say asem bi ti sensi na so mo ye ne basa bia ase ne o maye we na nana ye beka ho asem that is one kasa Dormaa hene wo mantra if say nkoyie nko ade a wo beka. And what has happened here with Bra KOFI's situation we see is very, very wrong, Ankasa. At least based on how more active what we penning for. One of the day for from home bloggers back once more kind of say, oh, Bra KOFI by edge, my two and kind to be happening to a sky dear to Yano. On first can be concerned who you are. Whatever money that was paid, was paid to Angel FM. In the Bra KOFI kura ska or G-Senko, they mammy for food and your kind of no, where the necessary. Based on the amount involved in this, just say, I'm finding in my Angel for, because I'm on a corporation. Yeah, dear. Anya she dear, you bet me a scatter petrol, aqua culture festival or a kind of saying, day in day out to be a back and be an idea, could be Antonino. This is nothing new for us. Because Scanner Angel for air charge Dormaa for to come cover that event, coffee festival and grand banner, whatever, on their, airwaves, that money, was huge. And Dormaa people, they couldn't pay. Intina say, Skaka crano, Masiano, Soka Jibia, Adibi, I'm zero, almost finding in my Angel for. The amount ended up 2 hours, I think, 20 to 30,000 Ghana cedis. For the 3 days events from 3 major. From 3 media houses, KOFI TV, Angel TV Plus, Angel FM, and then me, Magraheb TV. At some point, the funny thing is, now how I'm a cover festival, if you know, you know. So I want to have some video footages, drone footages. You call guy back why you call only those drone footages. No, as my guy in the country, Steven was me by this time the scam my charge or more money crowd they made 30,000 cedis, and I was like, Chamai. I came here to do everything for free. Wa me ba wa ba be copy ade a wutwa ye ne kora no. Wo se me mpeka kran settle answer. And nam se Bra KOFI ne ba be ginem renegotiate everything with Angel for all the kora de no se nke be possible. Ka Angel for nya de ni ma, Dormaa for free because when it comes to Ghana, na Dormaa hin wa bo ne ho modern. So at least so mo ye mo for free. But here is the thing say call mo call na equipment bi kuro mu ya na ezo mo high from say studio 502 is saying a man for do mo call ye cast me no I dey call ye so many things involved. Angel as a corporation airtime now go betimi use for other programs o mo dedicate so at some point they should be kind of ade bi a represent say skaka kra bi a. That's the reason why for the 30,000 no mo je because about fresh TV stations crowd send no more mbeje for a whole day coverage of a day. Come on, Ghana data to stream live for that days mbedi wo KOFI TV or Angel TV ni Angel FM plus broadcast whatever fuel aduane ne eka ho. That alone 30,000 can barely cover that amount. And also that reminds me of one of the tactics mbehu se omu use. What they do is say day for example na eso mutie scanner and say nipa no beba waba omontua asem ne happen in about 3 weeks later and after the almost start is okay scanner ababedi ensem say send my Bra KOFI nti omo frɛ Bra KOFI omunya no enam se nani ho aka onhu test no grobe register obi na ready ama no oti ase nti no he couldn't respond to you, he couldn't answer the phone calls eba ne phone so na eka ho nyina and ne yere nana is not the person or nye ne PA oti ase so ne obetimi afa no na wafa ne ontimi mfa no omfa so Linda na bedi ho dance at some point no they weren't even calling Bra KOFI anymore. No more friend or no Bra KOFI ne yere. Nti edru ba bia nana so breye no. E na feel lend an attending attention to me. Nti no friend me oh my guy be sakan escape say send my Bra KOFI but ye person your account number e fan to say ni sa. E na can say the time na mo Bra KOFI nche na bisa no say oh. Ono na suma hene na ye bibia every information bia masuma hene nti bibia ni omisa na suma hene. Because when the phones when you can't even see what or send a man and suma hene to even send it and forward it to bia. And I Linda no call the next mine ko pay the details and I feel send this as 30,000. So even though the scan pass it through Bra KOFI account it's going to Angel FM, not Bra KOFI and now me and Nancy KOFI TV. And they did that. They wanted to send you that money Send a bay on betting me jina so they can say. So ba be juma or buy any tiaoka. And if the bibia happen it's no more kind of how. That was the whole situation why in Tianon person yes. Because set guy now on no accident no. Omunim sa tactics ni nyina. Nti dede phone no mugu to talk no baako. And a friend e kan say set ne so open phone number, ni momo number. Na ne was send this car kwa akoto so. E no friend ni superior. Na o ka say ni na ekoso. E no say there be. Ni omo be nie. On be send you scan no na fe de o makọ live a kire say. Ade we happen ye no. Me kura me send you scan. And there will be details of it. Or send one CD Kurana or the Bejina Swak cancel. Set time out. That was the reason why I know person at least there is a transaction from Dormaa to Bra KOFI account. Always be no more strategy. Time my Bra KOFI Babeka who was say na akwaso Dormaa. Almost oh, ye shoot no any ma say nyanka wawu and then yes I net here to throw ne gu nani to ne kura ni e boom say ne sa. After the video ne buy no more strategy akwakoye. Me ma yenka ho asem kura. And then a month we bring now who videos they were like Start saying it happen, you're not afraid, they're not more can say, no. And then people started talking. Who's a man for a casana, then they switch strategy. After the or buy any Tianaka, until says can I so because I don't hear. Always, they are trying to find ways and means to not take responsibility for what was done. And one thing I also blew up online, and the people kept asking me was say, "Oh man, who say Ibrahim Mahama, President Mahama Ninuya Bema, Wabamua Babebua, no kure womunye, pa time assembly drew Mr. Ibrahim Mahama and him no, out no, or a chi out." And I feel the honor so then moi a babeboy. But we share online now figures be a month for Binuko to a websites and blogs binuma. I was your sanity. But near Wayan, Yamin Shirani Bebre. Because our mouth will be brave or war, much was some crana like. They will even think twice about it. But no one reaching out to a friend, assign this Kakras and Bababua. So some two know hiamwa. Now so be bow more one Ghana city crana busia, why you be pa. Because some way crowd and can find him. But or no or step poor apa ebusia or babeboy. Bra KOFI krate say Mr. Ibrahim ma banem wala just say no kra wate shock. No kro nim sa manfo binum dwen ne ho saa that way say asem to na ombetimi abanem wane ne keka ho. Ndi Mr. Muhammad de Nyankopon hira ni pi. No mo na dwuma nkoso se na be ya afoforo so hia mwa saa obetimi akọ mo so mwa. Se si adru level a amanfo anka Bra KOFI yi so no an platform e de aboa mo pen no. A man for say Bra KOFI ni say no person mo reach out no mo boa Bra KOFI kakra a mo wa na fi de say nipa no kokosi ne so no na fi de say nipa ni bu nipa na bam ke kan sem bi te say na Bra KOFI no ni YouTube skakra wetimi adi awie say nipa na opeso de ni sika kakra na wonya no beboa Bra KOFI no ada say nipa no ni abusuafo. And this is a personal Bra KOFI using a platform they have on multiple occasions and naturally say nipa binom you very ungrateful ankasa. Sign crack kaka ho say Bra KOFI yere o ska na ska o wono betim dia hwe no Bra KOFI nipa na pa de o hwe. All these things say na be ye nipa anko ba beboa no na sebe pokora nsu ntomum. Bill Gates eye billionaire our foundation amanfo tu eska tum no yisu say eska ni bi dia boa foforo gamanche ma hu ni video wa or solicit for funds say na be dia obetime yisu say eska no de aboa ne nkrofo ne manfo say ko wiska Sebi, na kind of thing. Nana Sante and Cheney who is or solicited for funds to help rebuild Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. Senkana na sebi, score 1 year skaketwa, go beti miaye. But sometimes, you know, Charlie. And if so people saw boa Bra KOFI, na ontime Rachel and as at least where Timia pass it through wa. Se wokra na wuntime mwa Bra KOFI na. At least men si nipa na oba be boa no ho kwan. Come on. And the moment you do that, and you Bra KOFI nkwa na wo ha no ejire wo ha na busuafo nyina. Because the amount involved in this, no, and the people that were supposed to help act in a way, they are not helping. This will be na so nya tenka say oh mama mwa Bra KOFI even if say one CD krana don't never mention nipa no ho kwan. And finally for this video, me am create a GoFundMe campaign because looking at the gravity of the situation and then the amount involved each time biana I think say is best say yeah online yeah share Bra KOFI videos share magra videos yeah nim Bra KOFI atena asem bia why video bia mo ani agye ne ho pen bia watena asem no person oboa in any way ya obetimi abusua ma create a GoFundMe campaign no ane se wako gofundme.com/kofiadoma ska bia be through this GoFundMe no be go to Bra KOFI ankasa se de be boa a help with the surgery ne omo transportation to Dubai ne ekeka eka ho nyina ti abusua mesrɛ se kakra bia obetim bia no just YouTube description as well link in ho on Facebook over through the description section of the video na link no ho and also in the comment section abusua kakra bia obetim bia no ye nkyere odo nkyere Bra KOFI because why yet this for so many people abra wonni momu wo ba bia we say me di kan ka kire Bra KOFI say na mpese me ya obeka kire me say minyai and I know say right now no say he can't even work. He has been in the house for almost 2 months without going to work or employee. So many things are happening. And I know that this help will go a very long way, even though say no one can ask for it directly. Because when it comes to Bra KOFI, he's one of the good, kind, genuine, and selfless people out there right now. Abusiane sunipa omo noso. Nti se bibiti sen ato no a abusua I think say nyina ebetimi aka ye ho abom na kakra ebetimi atoto ye nsase no. Abusua yetim di aboa se na ebe ya the surgeries the medical attention ohia no abusuo betimi anya because Bra KOFI minim no. He goes all out for people. Even when the task seems impossible, he will find a way and make it happen. One case in point, Anochi Supremo, Daddy Lumba Jr. Time me through say Koko any surgery. I didn't go India. Bra KOFI and the any ye raise fans. Ebusiama I didn't koi. Ye didn't koko drew wa surgery koko ya anya successful of free mo India no. Now for the ayetting to even get his body no back to Ghana because India for us a car or in care time or hono when two are release body no. The same Bra KOFI ya babe so cameras in so receive fans na India for hospital ni here. Send a be ya Anochi Supremo body no betimi aba back to Ghana na nebusia for akwa crab. He did that. I don't even know how or pull that off, but he is that type of person. This is say a draw no so. Na say based on how I normal city no. Or also him in that sense and in that way. Then I think say and say yes you sure do the Bra KOFI. Even if said Dormaa and penny for I decided say they would do nothing about the case. Ebi so I will share the GoFundMe process won't mean follow. Ubetimi send this kind to us on the Momo number. Number is 054 921 1233. 054 921 1233. Dear that's why Stephen Kofi Adoma. That is Kofi TV or more public kind of say phone number. In case of anything biana. That is the number I'll bet me send this scan akoso. Abusia kakra bi enso a na obi obetimi aboa no. Nyankopon be shira opi. And I know said this will go a very long way and Bra KOFI will never forget it because he say sometimes obi hiamwa but he can't ask unless he will be full step in to ask for the person. As people no, yes we are our brother's keeper. O young konda na oda. Ato Bra KOFI ne. Ade a chen betimi ato a na obi a bia oda wakoma so pa. This already the was right now. Kakra bi betim di aboa no. Abusia. Moma. If anything biana or the fatu comment section as well, I'll try my best to respond to as many as I can. And if anything be privately so obetimi DM me. Again, link to GoFundMe campaign no anyway screen is on gofundme.com/Kofi Adoma. And now betimi send ya Momo number 054 921 1233. 054 921 1233. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet again, Abusia. Adios.